Good morning, everybody, and welcome to the Bronze Reaper podcast. I'm your host, Rosalind Perkins, and how's everybody doing? Hope everybody's having a great day. My morning been started at like 3 o'clock, so I'm here. I'm excited. We got a great show today. Um, there has been this story that's been going on in Mississippi where you know the Mississippians hold on. Mississippians, beat the brakes off a racist, alleged white racist, ran up in the bar talking about, hey, nigga this, fuck you niggas, all this crazy stuff. And this morning I was explaining to an African, and this is how Africans is. And I don't want to put them all in that same group, but this is how most Africans who come from another country think about black Americans. They It's crazy. Let me tell you how they think about America. They think you could go around touching people. And they blamed everybody except themselves, talking about, oh well, this is what we this is what we are told in Africa. I was like, this is why y'all are getting sent back to Africa with a sexual assault, or getting shot, or getting the brakes beat off of you. And he tried to go into like, oh well, y'all don't know y'all don't know yet. So I was like, what are you talking about? I told him my culture. I was like, black Americans know more about their culture than y'all know about yours. And he said, how you figure? I was like, we got census here. We got census from the 1500s. I was like, y'all just started doing census in the late 1800s, early 1900s. And he was like, oh, yeah, we got the best schools in Africa. I was like, if y'all got the best schools in Africa, why are y'all coming to America? Oh, this is what they told us. I told him, I was like, yo, y'all got all the resources. Y'all getting colonized from an oppressor, then y'all run to another oppressor. I said, that doesn't make sense. Then he's like, oh, yeah, well, y'all should go to Africa. I was like, yo, we don't need to go to Africa. Why would I run from one oppressor to another? I said, it doesn't make sense. You know? And personally, this is how we got to start looking at Africans, where, we got to be like, yo, these motherfuckers is just confused. Like, we got to start actually looking at Africans like that. And there's no shot at all of them, but the good majority of them, that they don't know what the fuck is going on in this country. Like, they don't know what is going on. All right, let me check my okay, everything is straight. Um like, they personally don't I don't think they know what's going on in America. I think they think America is just like, oh yo, we're just here. Um we got all the best education. We do got the best education. Like, with American degree, you could go anywhere. Like, you could go anywhere. That's why we have abroad. Because once they see that American ID, they'll be like, oh, okay, you know what? Yeah, you know, this man got the best education. This man is smart. That's how they think of America. It has always been like that. You know, but I've been telling people for years. Hold on one second. I've been telling people for years. I was like, yo, you gotta watch out for Africans. And it's not to shit on them, but at the end of the day, they don't mean best for us. I'm gonna be personally honest. I personally don't think they like Black Americans. They envy us. You know, I gotta be personally honest. They envy Black Americans. They always envy us, and you know you try not to be. Hold on. Yeah, and you can hold on. You can think. You could think the best about Africans, but at the end of the day, it's just they always come back to disappoint you to a certain extent. And the reason why I say that is ain't nothing never really good came good out of Africa. When they came here, they brought their tribalistic. Um, they brought their tribalistic mentality. And it's like I always tell people all the time, it's not to shit on them, but at the end of the day, we have to tell the truth. Like, why can't we tell the truth about everybody else, but when it comes to Black Americans, oh, it's all right. Well, at least it's the truth. You know, I'm gonna tell y'all the truth, and that's just how Africans are. Africans don't like Black Americans. They never have. They will never will. I think they're envious and jealous of Black Americans. They are, and you gotta look at it like this. And I always tell people this: with Africans, if you got something better than them, or if you're doing better than them, they're gonna have a problem with that. They always had a problem with that when it came to us. They always have. Let me see how this sounds. Actually, all right, I'm back. Yeah, it's like I always tell people all the time. Every time we do something good, every time we do something amazing, they oh that's the African spirit. That's African culture. And this is why I always tell people all the time. I've been stopped that Pan African shit. That Pan African shit's the devil, if you ask me. You know, it's not. I'm not trying to shit on people who believe it, but at the end of the day, why would I want to take from my own culture that we know nothing about? That our culture was stripped from us. Now all of a sudden, it was the African spirit that brought us back to fucking the African traditions that we knew nothing about. You know, and I always tell people all the time, and this is why I always tell Africans, yo, y'all gotta get over yourselves. Y'all motherfuckers ain't that popular because at the end of the day, they didn't need chains to fucking enslave y'all. You know, and I like I said, I know it sounds like I'm kicking it back in, but at the end of the day, people get tired of that bullshit. People get tired of y'all trying to steal people's fucking success. But when y'all win these awards, y'all got y'all fucking tribalistic flags. Y'all got y'all war flags out. No, nigga, this is our country. Our country created all this opportunity for us. It wasn't the blacks. It was Africa. There you go. Everybody does that to us. Everybody. And this is why Black Americans don't want to fuck with y'all like that. Like, we be like, yo, nigga, get it how you live it. That's how you feel, and this is how so fly we are. This is how fly Black Americans is. We're not even mad. Okay, cool. Take your credit. But when I show, oh, hey brother, what about us? Nigga, hold your own nuts. The fuck you mean? What about us? We did this together. What's this French that we're talking? This we. This we. There ain't no we in the equation. It's us. It's us. And this is why I say all the time, most people who are not even Black Americans, they practice white supremacy. They practice white supremacy. You can be an African and practice white supremacy. You can be a Latino and practice white supremacy. You can even be a Black American and practice white supremacy. Doesn't make you white. It's just you practice. You're a Black person that practice white supremacy. You can't be racist because you ain't got shit. Your culture ain't got shit to help you. 9 out of 10, you're probably a bourgeoisie. Let me ask y'all a question. Have you ever noticed that the Black fraternity has a nasty stench of um of a dark side to them? Because if it was so popular, everybody would be trying to join a Black fraternity. Most Black people like, nah, I ain't fucking with that shit. It's only the foreigners. Now the question is, do they practice white supremacy? That's the question you need to ask. Do they practice white supremacy? I always wondered that. I was like, yo, why do these? Because I used to fuck with this girl. She was a one of those sorority. It was an all black sorority. She was a part of the bourgeoisies. The boule was it the alpha? Was it the nine? The divine nine? Oh yeah, I should give her some good dick too, man. Oh yeah, man. And I always tell people all the time I like hood rat chicks and stuff like that. Don't get me wrong, but yo, sometimes yo, those preppy girls can be yo. You might get the right preppy girl or the right conservative. Yo, you give her some good dick, man. Yo, it's a wrap. You know. It always been like that with me and her. She probably knew I was an ain't shit type of dude. And then don't get me wrong, I loved her and stuff like that because we was with each other for like a year and a half. She put up with my bullshit and all this other stuff. Me coming in at night, not really doing it in the morning because she was she was in a sorority. She was in a sorority, but she was a freak. Some of those girls is freaks. You know, I will say this though. I will say this. Most people who look like us as a foundational black American aren't really on our side. I can tell you that. Most of those people are out for self, and I'm sorry that's random, but if you kind of look at the whole situations of us, just the whole situation of this Carmelo Anthony thing, most of these foreigners turned against this young kid who didn't do anything. We could even go back further. That what's her name? That Hendrix girl, Shayla Hendrix, the Ukrainian girl. That Ukrainian woman who called that little autistic kid a nigga. I swear to God, if that was me, I would have pepper sprayed her. With her kid in her hand. With her kid in her hand, I would have pepper sprayed that woman. And I would have said, yo, I thought she was going to attack me. Oh, but look at her size don't mean nothing. I got PTSD inherited from my ancestors. I'll say that shit. They'll have to do a fucking research on me. I thought the white woman gonna attack me. That's what I would have to say. I thought this white woman was gonna attack me. This Ukrainian woman was gonna attack me. It is what it is. But let me tell you one thing. I will say this: most people don't want us to defend ourselves. It's like damn if we do, damn if we don't. Hold on one sec. I gotta rename something. And it's like I said, it's not everybody. We can't say everybody is a part of this shit. It's just this is how life is. This is how we accept life how it is. I'd rather be in jail, judged by 12 than carried by 6. I'll tell you that. You know, give me a second. I will say that. Give me one second. I'm gonna. Oh yeah. Before we start, I need y'all to like, subscribe, and comment in the top live chat, or even send super chats. Y'all can do that, and I gotta send this thing before Bobby, go eight ship on me. Mm, mm, all right, here we go. There we go. All right, there we go. But yeah, it's. I'm gonna tell y'all something, and I'm gonna be personally honest about foundational Black Americans. I'm actually proud, like yo, I'm super proud of foundational Black Americans, and the reason why I say I'm so super proud of my culture is because they're starting to defend themselves. They're actually defending themselves, and all these people who are mad that Black Americans is defending themselves, yo, that's your problem. And the reason why I have to say that's your problem is because damn it, like I said, damn if we do, damn if we don't. If we don't defend ourselves, and like, yo, what's going on? We're playing victimhood. Oh, y'all acting like victims. Who said that? White people been, oh yeah, y'all got this victimhood, this victimizing mindset, this victimhood mindset. Then when we do defend ourselves, oh, y'all are violent. Y'all hate white people. No, we never said we hate white people. But we're not gonna just have you or anybody do or say anything to us. That's why niggas is getting straightening out here. This is why niggas is getting that act right. Niggas is getting shot and stabbed out here because people gotta understand you can't just do any and everything to somebody. Everybody always had these type of this thought process about Black Americans. Oh, we're always looking for a handout. We fight. After we fight, oh y'all just trying to get a free, y'all just trying to get something free. No, it's a debt. We explained to y'all that it's a debt. Then we have to go through some other bullshit with y'all. We have to go through more bullshit with y'all. So you know what we did? We told y'all, you know what? We're not gonna do things traditional with y'all no more. We're not gonna deal with the Democrats anymore. We're gonna let y'all suffer. We're gonna let both of these parties suffer and let them figure it out. 9 out of 10, they're not gonna figure it out. They never can figure it out with black Americans. It has been like this ever since they got to this country. They could not figure it out by themselves. Even in other countries, the Spaniards, the Europeans, the French, they could not figure it out by themselves. They always need a melanated type of person. Always. This is why we're starting not to have respect for white supremacists. We used to give y'all a little bit of respect because you know what, y'all saying how y'all feel, but you're saying how y'all feel out of the emotion and because y'all losers. The white supremacists is fucking losers. Ain't nothing ever worked with white supremacists. There was always a bad after effect from it. Slavery. Y'all motherfuckers was getting killed out here because we were revolting. Then y'all gave us this lie. Oh, yo, we just, out the kindness of our heart, we let them go. No, y'all was scared. Y'all didn't know who else was gonna die. Y'all just didn't want it to be y'all. And plus y'all was spending too much money on that military. All y'all had to do is leave us the fuck alone. Leave us the fuck alone. Y'all couldn't even do that. Even till this day, you can't leave us the fuck alone. From the Karens to the neo-Nazis to the lady who calls the police because she don't know what the fuck is going on. She thinks she runs the community. So when a motherfucker dies, I didn't know what was going on. I didn't know he was gonna die. Just like the woman who called a cop on her daughter's boyfriend. She got that motherfucker killed. This is the type of bullshit that goes on. So when a motherfucker gets sick and tired, you think, oh, these motherfuckers hate white people. No, we just tired of y'all motherfuckers bothering us. You can't never mind your business. This is why the black community is fucked up. That's why Africa's fucked up because of Europeans. It's not because of Africans, it's fucking Europeans. They don't know how to mind their business. They don't know how to leave people's shit alone. So when a motherfucker tell you, leave him a fuck alone, you want to get mad and call him a nigger. That's why the motherfuckers be beating the brakes off of y'all. This is why people don't feel bad for you. You know what? This is why people say what they say about Daniel Penny. This is why Austin Metcalf got stabbed. He didn't mind his fucking business. Out of all the times y'all call fucking police on people, now y'all want to be vigilantes? This is what happened. You'll die out here. These motherfuckers aren't playing with y'all no more. Just leave people alone. That's all you have to do. Leave people alone. Everybody has a lane. But in everybody's lane, you got to respect their lane. Like, let me ask y'all a question. Even with this video we're about to see, everybody made a racist man look like he was the victim. And this is why I always talk about $1 million worth of whiteness. I have to talk about $1 million worth of whiteness. And the reason why I have to talk about it is because it's that's y'all get out of free card. Even with this white woman, she shot her fucking boyfriend. She ain't getting no jail time. And this is why I tell people all the time, stop dating these snow bunnies. If you don't know them like that, like, yeah, y'all could probably have, give her a tune up. I understand about tune ups, but dating them is different. Why you think I always say, yo, I will only date a few, probably one or two. I only know one or two women that I'll date that is white. Other than that, I'm not dating no white woman. Because some bullshit might happen to me. I might get killed. That's a death wish right there. I'm letting y'all niggas know. I think it's a death wish. Even fucking around with these white men. I'll be honest with you. Let one of them, yeah, them. Oh, yo, I got me a white man. Yeah, 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 yeah. Yo, this motherfucking Irish man will come back and bust you in the head with a fucking potato. Then you talk, oh, my brothers and sisters, I need you. After all that bullshit you've been talking about black people. Y'all think y'all up one. Y'all think y'all on one when y'all mess with these white women, these white men. Y'all gotta understand, those are the most craziest motherfuckers out here. Facts is facts. Them motherfuckers is crazy. And like I said, there are some good ones, but there's a lot of fucking nutcases out here. And I'm not trying to figure out what's going on with them, why they feel the way that they feel. Man, I remember, man, before I got in a relationship with my baby mother, um, this white girl wanted to fuck with me. And I said, nah, I can't fuck with you. She's like, why not? I'm not good enough. You're not good looking. And I was like, no, you're beautiful, but I don't fuck with white girls. She said, why? I was like, white women are crazy. We're not crazy. What do they always say? Oh, I'm submissive. I don't want to hear that bullshit. You're submissive until I don't want to give you something. Then you call the police, talk about I hit you. I'll be in fucking jail. And we see the same thing with Jonathan Majors. That's why he ran right back to the black chick. He's like, yo, fuck that. I'm not fucking with these white women no more. These white women are crazy. He figured it out. The bitch broke into his house, fell on the floor, and called the police. Fucking around with the help. That's where Jonathan Majors fucked up as it is. He was fucking around with the help. Like I said, you should have just gave the girl a tune-up. Just give her some good dick. Come back once every other month and stuff like that. And like, let me tell you something. There has been girls that I have been cool with, that were white. Because I never really have sex with a lot of white women. So the white women I did have sex with, it was probably just a tune-up. She wants some black dick. Boom. Hey, baby, come in, open me up. Oh, I got you, baby. I'm on my way. Bang that pussy out. Oh, yo, we have some popcorn, watch a movie or two. At the time, I used to smoke weed, smoke a blunt. Boom, boom, boom. Here, girl. That's it. That's all I was good for. you know? Just giving you a tune-up, that's it. Give you some dick, Because at the time, I was community dick, man. Man, it is what it is. But the thing about it, let me tell you what it is with these these black guys and stuff and these white women. And I gotta be personally honest. The motherfuckers never had it. This is what it is. I don't think these motherfuckers ever had a girl suck their balls. And that's what get them sucked in. Get them sucked in to into that world, man. Then after that, you eat mayonnaise sandwiches and shit. And man, come on, man. There was a few times, man, I almost got tied up, man, sold up by a white girl. Girl sucked my balls and stuff like that. Look under my balls and everything. Did some shit with it. Try to put the whole thing in her mouth. Slapping it on her face and shit and everything. I was like, oh, shit. It's just like, yeah, she was doing some freaky shit, man. It's just, I already know. I already knew. I already know. I was like, yo, I got to get out of here, man. Once she started cooking and the food wasn't tasting right, I was saying like, yo, the sex was good. I almost jumped into a relationship with that damn girl. Thank God I didn't. You know, that's what it is with these black men. These black men don't know what they doing, man. And I gotta be personally honest. Girls probably suck their balls for the first time. You know, put the cum on their face and like put it in their mouth, look in their eyes and shit with that dirty look. You be like, oh shit. Yeah, man, them girls, yeah, them white girls know what they doing, man. I would say that, man, but it's nah, I'm not. I wouldn't date no white girl, man. I just tell people that all the time, you know. Especially in this era, man. White women stat killing people. We got Karen Reed on trial. Then we got the bitch who just killed her boyfriend. Then we got the OnlyFans chick who stabbed her boyfriend to death, and that nigga was African. You know, these African motherfuckers gotta find out too, man. Let the motherfuckers get stabbed. Then we got the racist white man, old white man, shoot the fucking little kid. Was it the little African boy and stuff? Whose mama was talking shit about black Americans. Even this the guy who got shot after the club by his girlfriend, his baby mama. Talk about she came home drunk cleaning her fucking gun. And these white people ran off and believed that shit. You know, and that's why I always tell people, yo, y'all gotta be safe out here. Y'all fucking around with these white people. And the thing about it, hold on 1 second, everyone. And like, you know, we don't be trying to shit on them, but you know, them niggas is crazy. I think those are the most craziest people. Yeah, motherfucker bust you in the head with a fucking potato. Yeah, them Irish people are crazy, man. Let them get drunk off that whiskey. You don't be hearing about fucking. Look what Dana White did. Dana White sound like he's fucking Irish. Talk about he from Boston. Nigga, you ain't from no motherfucking Boston. Dana White out here power slapping his girl like he was in his own competition. That's where that contest came from. It came from Dana White power slapping his wife. At the concert, whap! Oh shit! Yeah, that's why I told my kids, you better not bring no white person home to my house. I'm just being personally honest. Yo, you ain't gonna put us in danger with these white people. I'm sorry to say that, but you just can't. I'm just being personally honest. You're not gonna put us in danger. You better go on with that white people, and you probably got you a new white family, but you are not coming in this house with this bullshit. You know? White people are fucking dangerous, man. I'm just being personally honest. They always been fucking dangerous. You know? Well, not white people, white supremacy. White supremacy always been dangerous. Let me not say white people. Yeah, white supremacists is dangerous, man. You don't know who is what anymore. These people out here killing people. Now black people are defending themselves like, yo, you ain't gonna have me like Karen Reed up in this motherfucker. And she killed another white man that was a police officer. That bitch came in there with blonde hair. We like, oh shit. Oh, she trying to get off today. Yeah. You be surprised, man. She put that blonde hair on and stuff. That bitch didn't have no emotion. I was about to go live and stream that case. I was gonna stream that case and say like, yo, this bitch is crazy out here. She's out here killing. She ran over her fucking boyfriend. I think she did that shit. She was fucking around with too many fucking law enforcement. You know, she was probably throwing that good crazy pussy at these police officers. Yo, these stories is fucking everywhere. And I'm sorry to say that, but she was throwing that crazy pussy around. You know, if y'all know about crazy pussy, y'all understand what I'm talking about. All those crazy girls, they got that good coochie. All jokes aside, but they're dangerous. They'll fucking kill you out here. Oh yeah. Suck your dick, look at you in your eyes like this, look like bitch, I'll kill you if you come. Yeah. Motherfucker, I'll kill you if you come in my mouth right now. I just started. That's it was crazy. Yo, that's how crazy bitches be looking at you sucking your dick. Oh yeah. Y'all be thinking I'm joking saying this crazy shit like that. It's a scary world out here, man. Dealing with these women, and that's why I always tell people, yeah, man, that's why I was like, yo, look what they just did to that girl. They gave that woman over $600,000 because she disrespected an artistic kid. They called Daniel Penny a fucking American hero that killed a mentally disabled kid that wasn't even weighed 170 pounds. 3 immigrants jumped on this motherfucker. This one little black kid that looked like a black Michael Jackson that had issues that was just probably fucking hungry. This is the shit that goes on. And this is what, look at the fucking guy. He killed the police officer for killing his kid. This is why I always tell people all the time, you shouldn't defund the police, but these people who never been in this fucking neighborhood don't need a job in this neighborhood. You beating the shit out of people. Nah, you got go to Cohasset or one of these white towns or something. These white suburban towns where you could feel comfortable. You can't do that shit in the urban area. Then what the government do? He just moves these motherfuckers around. He just moves these motherfuckers around. This is why we say it's white supremacy. We don't even blame white people. We blame white supremacy. We blame the system. And I always, let me tell you what I feel strong about. And definitely we're gonna watch some Tariq Nasheed and how he felt, what these white Karens feel about us. Like that's why I say white supremacy is so crazy because at the end of the day, there's other cultures using it. African cultures use it. Latinos use it. Look how they voted for. Yo, look at that man. He voted for Donald Trump, and now he's about to get deported and back in the next month. The reggaeton motherfucker. Then we're supposed to feel bad for him. We're supposed to protest. No, we're not gonna protest for you. You know why? Because you voted for Trump for the wrong reasons. These Latinos voted for Trump for the wrong reasons, and Kamala Harris was their bread and butter. All jokes aside, Kamala Harris was their bread and butter. Like, if I was a single man, you know what I would be doing right now? I'll be messing with one of these fucking Venezuelan bitches. Getting money. $5,000 worth of food stamps, bitch. I wish I could get food stamps. Even when I didn't even have a job, I couldn't get food stamps. I would mess with these Venezuelans, these Guatemalan bitches, these Dominican girls who just came fresh off the boat. Hey, yo, baby, let me take you out. Let me get you something nice and stuff like that. Oh, you got a house now? Okay, yo, we living big now. The government paid for it? Yeah. I would have been done that. Hey, salute, Randall. Salute. What's going on, player? How's everything? Yeah, man. I'm just chatting away. I'm talking about white supremacists and stuff and what's been going on. I was explaining that white supremacists isn't just white people. Anybody can be a anybody can practice white supremacy. You know, and I was explaining, I was like, this was kind of off topic. Yeah, yeah, yeah. This was kind of off topic. I was saying, like, the Latinos was practicing white supremacies because they voted for Trump for the wrong reasons. You know, now Trump is trying to kick all of them out, and I was explaining that the God, what's that group? He did reggaeton and he has to be out the country within 30 days. Cuban guy. Yeah, I forgot his name. Cuban guy. He's getting deported, and he was the biggest Trump supporter. You know. But yeah, I was. It's crazy because at the end of the day, I always say with politics is never any bad or good. It's more of what it could do for you and your people. If you only think about yourself, then that's where it's fucked up at. I got on my TV panel and destroyed it. Was it yesterday? If it was yesterday, I'm gonna watch it today. But yeah, man, Mike TV's pretty dope. He deals with the ethnogenesis and like the more of the background of foundational Black Americans or Native Blacks or Black Natives. You know what? It's everybody got some type of abbreviation for us. I think that's so super dope about us is that we respect it. We couldn't be, yeah, if you want to say Black Natives, yeah, we cool with it. Or Native Blacks or Foundational Black Americans, FBA. It's cool, because at the end of the day, um, it should fit everybody. No, it was like a year ago. He couldn't keep it. Oh man, that would be pretty dope. I would have found it. I would have put it up on I would have went live on it too. I'm gonna try to get in contact and see. You gotta give me the day. I'm gonna try to get in contact with him and see. But yeah, yeah, people just be doing it for the wrong reasons, man, and that's why I was saying that they messed up their bread and butter. Kamala Harris was Latinos' bread and butter. And the thing about it, what's so crazy about it, the Democrats was on code. What the Democrats was doing was they were supposed to do what they did. They were supposed to undermine Black Americans because they have been doing it for the last 60, 70 years, maybe even 80 years, 60 plus years. They have been undermining Black Americans. Pan-Africanness wasn't helping. Pan-Africanism was like, oh, well, you know what? We got to give it some time. They'll put a Pan-African face up there with a fucking kufi on and all this other crazy shit. Talk about Harambe and all this other goofy shit. It should be nutty, man. And I'm going to be personally honest. I didn't like that shit. I think that it always undermined us. So this is why I said this. With the Latinos, they were the buffer group. Mike dropped the bomb after I was done. One person said they ain't never seen a white dude defend Black people so vicious. Yeah, man, cause you're on code. That's the thing. Randall, most people don't. I don't think people gonna understand you're on code. You understand. There are people like you out here. Like what's his name? Paul Wall. Paul Wall didn't know he was black. Paul Wall didn't know he was white until he was like 13, 14. Yeah, real talk. He didn't know he was white until he was like 13, 14. Yeah, he thought he was black. That's why, if you ever notice, he really doesn't change. His hair got probably a little bit longer, but he always been the same. He always dated black women. He that's all he knows. That's all that man knows. You respect the culture. Yeah. Yeah, Paul Wall, man. Yo, salute to Paul Wall. Yeah, Randall. There's people like you out here, man. That's why when I say white supremacy, that's what it is. It's not white people. It's just a system. Oh, a system that was. It was purple, purple cry. Randall, you funny, man. Yeah, man. Yo, you be surprised, man. There's a few of y'all out here, man, that understand. It just that's why we said that's why I said, yo, we don't have that many allies, but we do have allies out here. Most people don't understand that. Even Latinos, there's Latinos that'll be out here, supporting us. But at the end of the day, there's gonna be a lot of them that's like, yo, we don't fuck with them. Let them handle their own business. That's why if you ever see people that dry begging now talk about, oh yeah, y'all black people gonna go back to picking cotton and all this. It's all this crazy shit like we don't have constitutions and amendments. It's crazy. I said that also. It's white. It's white things, not only white people have it. Yeah, it's true. You'd be surprised, man. Like white supremacy, that is one of the most strongest systems ever. It have even brought down the greatest businesses and stuff, countries, communities. Look what it did to Africa. It was a system that destroyed Africa. It wasn't people that it was people, but it was more of the system that destroyed it. It was a system that turned on their own people. That's why when they put people in those president seats, they only have the yes sirs. They have to answer to King Charles or whoever the French guy is, or your was it any European colonizer that runs those countries. That's why Gaddafi had to go. I'm sorry to say, Gaddafi had to go. It's because he was making his own currency. If he would have made his own currency, it would have crumbled the Western countries. Because you got to understand, people think it's a race war that's going on. It's more of a class war. It's always has been about money and resources. Africa is still kind of catching. It's still catching up. They don't even know the half of what's going on and what the white supremacy is going to do. They think, oh, it's just white people that's doing. No, it's the system. There's a system. This is a class system. It always has been about money. That's why when I always explain, okay, yeah, America didn't just let black people out and say like, yo, you know what, we're doing this out of the kindness of my heart. Yeah, mindset over mindset. It's true, mindset over mindset. Like when I always tell people all the time, America didn't just let black people out of slavery because it was out of their kindness of their fucking heart. It's just because people were dying and they were losing money. It was costing them too much money to keep these people that already been on this country that are practicing guerrilla warfare on them. We already knew about guerrilla warfare. That's why they had to make deals with us. They had to make another system talk about, okay, we let them out, but then after that we could still control them through jail or some type of imprisonment. It's just, that's how it is. What you think prison is? Why do you think they call it a correctional center? That's what jail is. Everybody can go to jail. Because it's about money. Having one person in jail is more than putting somebody through college or a semester. That's fucking nuts. If it was like that, you would rather just bring these motherfuckers to college, but you gotta understand, if you do that, there will be no such be no such meaning for judges, lawyers, correctional officers. There wouldn't be no such thing as that. So That's the I told the white dude the same thing. White people didn't do things out of the kindness of their heart. Yeah, it's a money thing. It always has been a money thing. You know, and I always tell people all the time, my uncle told me this last week. He was like, "Yo, cause he fucks with the stocks and dump bonds. He got out of jail. He's doing stocks and bonds right now. He told me he was like, "Yo, when you do stocks and bond, you can't have any type of emotion, cause you'll lose money. So when you do stocks and bond, you got to be emotionless. Cause if you pull out and the shit just shoots up, you just lost money. Sometimes you just gotta stick it out. Like, yo, I think this is what's gonna have to do. You can A, lose a lot more money, or B, break even, or it'll just shoot back up. Then you get out. You know, that's why it always has been about class. You know, and this is where I always tell people all the time, like these. This is where you got who you think the neo Nazis is? The neo Nazis is poor white trash people who think, oh yeah, these people are taking our fucking jobs, and it's just the upper class not giving nobody fucking jobs. It has never been about us. It has never been about them really, because at the end of the day, what they were doing, what the upper class doing, is they were like, oh yeah, you know what? These motherfuckers is taking your jobs. And they're the ones who cut the jobs. Oh, these Mexicans, oh, they taking the jobs that you have. Who wants to work in no fucking field? I ain't working in no fucking field, I tell you that. You know, and but I get this whole situation of sending them back. They need to come here legally. But if they're gonna come here legally, you gotta have a better system. So they gotta fix their shit, and we gotta fix our shit here too. There ain't no way. There is no way in hell that this system should be fucked up as it is right now. But with confusion comes money, cause then after that you could get money. Like yo, you could set jobs for people or cut jobs to get the money back. You know, it's a weird. That type of development and shit is weird. I don't know how to explain what it is. It's more finance and business and management. Time was it not time management? Business management. It's very very weird, you know. But now, what these rich people are doing, they're having the lower class crash out, and black people have to actually really defend themselves now. Like, look at this guy. Let me tell you something. There was a guy who got stripped butt naked and beat the shit out of because he thought it was cool. America, Americans way is money over. Yeah, it has always been. It has always been. You know, it has always been that way, and this is where people don't understand where business. I always tell people all the time, America is not a country; it's a corporation. People come over here to make money or to get the resources to make money or to understand money. Um, it's just foreigners don't understand that. They want to stay here because they think that's their bread and butter. Uh, Seen that white dude get. Yeah, we're gonna watch the video today, man. He got the brakes beat out of him because at the end of the day, he thinks he's oppressed, and he thinks the black people are be doing the oppressing. But we don't have no power to oppress anybody. We could only thing we could say, yo, we don't want to fuck with you. Stay away from us. We have power, but we don't have power. We have political power now because at the end of the day, we're starting to see that. But they've been trying to take our political power or manipulate the political powers for years. All jokes aside, let me give you an example. I always tell all the time the reason why Obama was president, it was because he's an immigrant. He don't have the black experience, so he's not gonna give a fuck of what's going on in America. Everything that he has, he already had money. His father was a politician in fucking Kenya. Had like 11 fucking kids. Yeah, that motherfucker was lit. He's lit out here. It just Obama was just a black face to make everybody feel comfortable. You know, but he didn't do shit. But if we actually really go, if we ever actually look at Obama's 2 terms, he hasn't done shit for Black Americans. He actually put us in more danger than Trump did. And this is why I always tell people all the time, they both fucking stupid. But at the end of the day, Obama put us in more trouble and more harm in America than Trump did. Trump didn't really pass no laws on Black Americans. DEI doesn't really affect us. This is why Black Americans don't give a fuck about DEI. Because every time we try to get it, we can't get it anyway. So we can't get it. And it was supposed to be for us. The affirmative action was supposed to be for us. It just didn't work out. Like it is what it is, man. I'm not mad about it. I'm gonna be personally honest. I'm not mad about that situation. You know, hold on one second. Oh yeah. Then we're gonna we might even watch this. Hold on one second.
We've done all we can.
We even might watch this video before we watch the dude get the brakes beat out of him.
Looks great.
Or actually, because we're talking about something that's not even on the topic yet. And and the funny thing about it, salute to Rando, Yatubian, who else? Kwame, Shabaka, all of y'all. Even the people who are in there that are new, shout out to all of y'all. Cause the thing about it, like I said, y'all can talk, y'all can act the fool and stuff like that. I always want to bring something clear to topics when we do talk about stuff. And like sometimes, like we go off topic half the time. Sometimes, well, 40-30% of the time we go off topic and we just start talking about other stuff. Like if when Kwame comes in here, sooner or later Kwame's gonna be in here. He's gonna start talking about South Africans. And I had to tell Kwame about South Africans. I was like, nobody ain't scared of no South Africans. You know, they can't even be the buffer class because at the end of the day, they're gonna end up going. I'm gonna say this: they're gonna end up going back to South Africa because South Africa is their bread and butter. The shit that they were doing in South Africa, like kidnapping black Africans and stuffing them in caskets and burying them alive and shit. They can't do that shit here. They'll get fucking killed. Yeah, they'll get killed off. Them 50 South Africans are not gonna make it here. I'm just being personally honest. Everybody got a gun in America. If they think they got a gun, yeah, we got guns too. In certain communities in Atlanta, and I heard they're going to Alabama. I heard, there's black militants out there. Like if Ku Klux Klan come to their community, there'll be a big militant of black people saying like, "Yo, what's going on? Why the fuck are you fucking with auntie or grandma?" And that's not even their grandma. That's the type of shit that they be on down south. That's why I always tell people, and I was explaining to my coworker, Georgia is dangerous. These down south states is dangerous. Yeah, that shit. That shit was nuts in 2003. It was nuts. You know, and yo, let me tell you, we predicted it in 2000. Yeah, that shit was nuts. It was gonna get worse because you know why? We accepted it. And this is why people are starting to leave these type of shits alone. They're like the Pan African. Everybody was a Pan African in 2003. Everybody had their fucking daishiki. I had a daishiki. I had the hoodie daishiki though. I didn't have the original daishikis and stuff and the kufis and shit. I didn't have that, But yeah, niggas was out here, getting busy. Like people were really out here wearing daishikis and stuff with the incense and the Egyptian musk and stuff. It's let me tell you something, and this is why I said there's no shot at them. It's just it doesn't work for black people. Yeah. Know who else said that too? But he said, "Yo, we wouldn't be ready for a black president." Tupac. He was right. Let me tell you something. I'm gonna be personally honest about Obama. Obama didn't have no black experience. He might have been racially profiled, because I think that happens with everybody from the diaspora. But at the end of the day, we was the joint and seen this. Yeah, they have been. Yo, let me tell you who else was saying the same bullshit too. Fucking what's my man's name? Claude Anderson. Claude Anderson was saying this shit probably in the 70s and 80s. He's like, yo, we're not gonna be ready for a black president. Once this black president comes, there's gonna be more killings because at the end of the day, he's gonna pander. He's gonna pander to the white supremacy's failing. He's gonna play the game. They played the game because you also too you got to look at it. Obama's mama's white too. He's not, and he wasn't raised by his father. He was raised by his mother. Like, let me tell you what was so super dope about Honorable Louis Farrakhan. Um, Claude Anderson, he didn't say FBA. He said Black Natives or Native Blacks or something like that. But who was the first? I do want to know that. He said Native Blacks or something like that. I got this dope book of Claude Anderson too. I always have it. I just always misplace it. I always misplace that man's book. You know. Oh, Black Labor, White Wealth. That's what it's called. It's right here. Um, yeah, he's super dope. But he was saying that he was saying that the black vote was gonna disappear because we don't use it. And let me tell you something. I might even give Dr. Umar credit today. Dr. Umar was the first person to hear I ever heard say, hijack your vote. I ever heard that's the first time I ever heard it was Dr. Umar. And it was like probably like 5 years ago. That's why I stopped voting. I was like, yo, they're not giving me anything. And like every time I went up to politicians, I'm telling them I'm not voting for nobody. I was like, if you're gonna use these words like people of color and minorities, I'm not voting. And I had to explain to a lady, I was like, yo, when you say those type of words, those are just code words of giving our stuff away. You're not gonna really give us anything. Like, let me tell you something, and this is just what I know. They're trying to make like Latinos the buffer class. And when I mean the buffer class, because I know everybody uses it different. I mean like, oh yo, Because they're not gonna give a shit. They're gonna be like, oh well, these Latinos came from different countries. Why can't you get it? And they got it when they came to this country. Maybe you need to work hard. Those are buffer classes. Those are the ones like, yo, you can't get more than this person right there. You're just lazy, you know. Hold on, give me a second, everyone. But yeah, those type of people you got to be careful of and stuff. Claudia Anderson, like I said, who 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 who's calling a buffer class? No, that's what white supremacies do. They use people. They use other cultures for buffer classes. Like, um, for future black children, they could do anything. So that's what a buffer class is, and that's why I said in the beginning. Oh, shout out to you! I remember you. You from Cali. But yeah, yeah, that's what a buffer class is. It's basically to use the New York Times. Yeah. Hey, shout out to Brett Love, Soy Two Padre 909 too. Shout out to y'all. Um, yeah, that's what they do. They try to use other people's other cultures to say like, yo, well, why y'all can't do this? Y'all need more than everybody else, and y'all been here longer. That's what a buffer class is. You know, it's like, okay, let me give you an example. That's like me going to your country and a certain class of or a certain culture in your country is saying, I'm getting a whole bunch of stuff, and they're saying like, yo, they just came from America and they got all of this stuff. Why can't you get it? You've been here longer than them. Why can't you have nice things like them? But I'm doing the same thing that you're doing. I'm just getting more benefits. So this is what I mean when I say buffer class. Oh, damn, you had me explaining it. Shout out to you, homie. But yeah, that's what they doing. It's different now because, like I said, everybody practice under that tree of white supremacy. Because the thing about it, people wouldn't practice off of it if they're not benefiting from it. There are actually people benefiting from white supremacy. Look at Myron Gaines. Myron Gaines turned his name into an American name, and now he runs around cosplaying of being black. You know, he's trying to be the face of black people. What's his name does the same thing too. Sneeko. Uh, didn't vote for last. Yeah, see, told you. I said that last episode. I said the reason why Kamala lost because not that many people voted. You know, white. Let me tell you something. The white votes. It's always gonna be half and half. It's always gonna be half and half. What really defined the votes has always been Black America. You know, yeah. You know, it's just Myri can't fight, man. He can't fight. Even though he was in Homeland Security, he's a Homeland Security reject. I'm gonna be personally honest. He could talk all that crazy bullshit he wants, but Mario he'll pull out a gun before he fight. You know, then he'll start talking. Oh, I was trying to protect everybody. Everybody's my responsibility. He'll do all that explaining in the world. He'll do all that. That it's sad, man. Just say, yo, you're scared. You were scared. There's nothing. Let me tell y'all something. There's nothing wrong with being scared. You know, even the strongest people are scared. You know. Give me a second. Yeah, even the strongest people are scared, and that's what. Let me tell you something. This gives everybody something to overcome. When you're scared or you're petrified of something, this gives you this gives you the. This will help you break your limits. I'm 5'7", 120. I think he he fight me. Yeah, he probably would. You know, we got coons in my community. Yeah, no disrespect instead with the. No, let me tell you something. As I told you, coons mean tether. Like immigrants, when we call people tethers, that's all it means. It's a coon, an immigrant coon, or a coon from a different country that undermines Black Americans or undermines their own people. That's what a tether is. This is why. Let me tell you something. Mediocrity is a fucking bitch. Cause you could say something 1,000 times. I swear to God, all jokes aside, I probably said tether is a coon or somebody who immigrant coon or somebody who undermines Black Americans for white supremacies. And people always say, yeah, they always say that. Everybody has coons in their culture. We had Jesse Lee Peterson. We have what's his name? Sheriff Clark, Clarence Thomas. We got a whole bunch. Those are coons, and this is why. One thing, this is what we always Black Americans has been saying for years. When you have those type of people out and you're trying to unify with a different culture, you gotta let them know. We always let y'all know. We've been let people know about Myron Gaines, and he's not even our people. Nah, you're not a coon. And the thing about it's different when it comes to the white community. Because you know why? Because with you, it's right and right, is wrong is wrong. It has never been nothing emotional with you. So that's what I can say about you. As much as I know about you, Rando. Right and right is wrong is wrong. Uh oh. But yeah, you got me, Rando. Damn, all y'all getting to me today. But yeah, you'd be surprised. And we all got that. We got the boulets. What you think the boulets is? Where you think the word boule comes from? It was first it was a black fraternity. Do you think the Divine Nine is? We call them coconut browns on the inside and white on the outside. One of the biggest ones we have is Ryan Garcia. Yeah, he's fucking up the community right now. That guy. I think he does anything for a dollar. He probably might be the Mexican Tommy Samanayor. You know, he always finds something wrong with the community and stuff like that. He say, "Oh, you all gotta stop," and he act like he's not part of the community. Yeah, you get those type of people. Ryan, man, it's Ryan and Golden Boy. They're different people, man. They actually. This is what I was shocked at, and I'm gonna say this: I'm shocked that Ryan Garcia and Golden Boy can't get along. So yeah. Boys put white people in charge. Yeah, because Boulets were gatekeepers for the black community, black media, black everything. Those were the gatekeepers that were undermining us. Like they were the leaders. So what I mean by that is, let's use Kamala Harris. Kamala Harris is supposed to be black. She goes over here, hi girl, hi everything, yada yada yada, but she'll support a law to put a lot of black people in prison. She supported a lot of people to put black people in prisons, the three strike rule back in the days. And this is what tainted her career. Yeah. Yeah, and this what tainted her career. Her career never would have been the same. That's why when that white? Cause she, let me tell you something. She would have been president the first term she fought with Hillary Clinton. But what happened with her is that white woman exposed Kamala for supporting that three strike rule that put a lot of blacks and browns in prisons in California. So when people found that shit out, her stock went down and she had to step out. She had to step down. She had to because at the end of the day, the money didn't add up. Why would they support her? And we already know she wasn't gonna get picked because they were asking her questions. Like, yo, why would you support that law? Cleaning in the bath was crazy work. Yeah, it was Randall. It was super crazy. It was super crazy. But those are the gatekeepers. You're gonna get crazy shit like that. You know. Yeah, that shit was crazy, and that's Indian. That's Asian shit. That's Asian shit. I had to tell my baby mother stop putting my baby mother's family stop putting food in the tub. You know, that's an Asian thing. Yeah, but Indians are Asian. Most people don't know that. They think that they're their own separate group. No, continentally they're Asians. Her record is it was terrible. She loved locking up people even without withholding evidence. Yeah, that shit came back and haunted her. This is why I said, like, yo, those were the gatekeepers of black people. Those were the gatekeepers. This is why, like, people stop fucking with them. That's why we call when people be like, "Oh yeah, that motherfucker's bougie or he's a bourgeoisie." That means stay away from that motherfucker. That's a cold word. This is why. Let me ask y'all. I'm gonna say some Asian radical stocks. Yeah, it's true. I'm gonna pimp y'all to some shit. Y'all probably already know. So when you hear the word woke, it didn't come from liberals. Woke came from back in the days in the 70s and the 80s when motherfuckers like, yo, y'all gotta be woke. That means like, yeah, we gotta be on code with each other when we're around like these white supremacist people. So when you see a black person and you look at the other platform and you nod, that's motherfuckers know like, oh yeah, that motherfucker's woke. That motherfucker's on code with us. These liberals just they stole and hijacked the word woke and they didn't even know what the fuck it is. Like liberals don't know what the fuck woke is. They just took the word like they take everything else and said, oh, they're woke. And now they made it seem like it's a conspiracy theorist. This is why we say all the time, yo, you gotta watch out for these type of people. These liberals ain't no better. Oh yeah, we woke too. We woke. They don't even know what fucking woke is, and they talk about yeah, we woke too. Like motherfucker, you're a white supremacist. You don't know what a woke is. You're just hearing this and thinking that oh yeah, we're together, we're uniting. No, that means like yo, we're on code together. They stole the word and they hijacked the word because we started using it again. That's why if you ever see this movie called Nightclub, did used to be yeah. Now it make you look like a conspiracy theorist or Harold, the motherfucker with aluminum foil on his head, on his top of his head, talking about yo, they're reading my mind on some bullshit like that. Now you got the left wizard. Now you got the right woke people. They think the FBI is with everything now. Like it's crazy. They think January 7th was a FBI inside job. This is how crazy these fucking conservative rednecks is, man. These motherfuckers is crazy. They think they're in jail because they were fighting for their country back. No, you was in jail because you broke the fucking law. Ain't nobody told you go up in there that government. I mean, in that government building and act a fucking fool. Oh, they target us. It was the FBI. It was the CIA that's against. No, it was you being a fucking idiot. You deserve to be in jail because of that shit. That's what white people do. Yeah, man. Their own fucking stupidity. That's why, what's his name? Donald Trump had to let them out. He's like, yo, it was my fucking fault. If Donald, let me tell you something. If this motherfucking Donald didn't say anything, these motherfuckers would have never tried to protest. I'm just being personally honest. Was it funny to see them all locked up? Yes, absolutely. It was hilarious. Motherfucker with a moose head, fucking. Oh my god, Ashley Babbitt catching some hot slugs because she think she's above the law. Yeah, Ashley Babbitt. Yeah, she caught a hot slugs and got sent to her ancestors. Man, that's what happens. You can't be out here doing shit like that. They think they're above the law, and this is why I say all the time this is the white supremacy that fucked them up. And they blamed everybody except white supremacy. It was the system that you listened to. You don't think Donald Trump is part of that white supremacy? You don't think Kamala Harris is a part of the white supremacy? You don't think Hillary is a part of that shit? Come on, it's too much, man. It's just too much evidence to figure that shit out, that like these people are part of that white supremacy. Like white supremacy is going crazy right now because black people are quiet. Black people ain't saying shit. Black people ain't doing shit. We just dancing, acting a fool, Look at motherfuckers is talking about us, talking about we being degenerates after we graduating, dancing, getting our freak on and stuff like that. That shit ain't even bothering us. Talking crazy about us. Oh, they can't be civil. We don't give a fuck. We're watching everybody dumb out. And you worried about us. Motherfuckers is running up in the Capitol Hill building. You worried about a motherfucking getting their hyphy or their crunk on. That shit, it just doesn't add up. Ashley Babbitt deserved to get shot. Ain't nobody telling her to break a fucking window and act a fool. You attacked somebody with a gun. You don't think you're supposed to get shot? Michael Byrd is a freedom fighter. I'm sorry. Michael Byrd, they made Michael Byrd a freedom fighter because he protected the Capitol Hill building. It just so happens he was black and shot this white woman. You can't do that. You're not above the law. Her family got $5 million. Fuck it. If Ashley Babbitt is worth $5 million to them, hey, so be it. Let them have $5 million. That happens all the time. You don't see how many black people get shot and their family get $3 million, $2 million. Man, that shit, it doesn't stop the pain. This is what people don't understand. Ashley Babbitt ain't coming back. $5 million ain't gonna help. Yeah. I seen a fucking white man with a knife running after the cop. The cop is running with the gun in his hand. I was like, this motherfucker don't need to be a cop. It's crazy out here. And I always tell people all the time, it's It's so crazy out here. But now the crazy part now. This is the crazy part, and I always tell people this. With white supremacies, I always say this. White supremacy's comfort is when black people are scared, or certain white people's comfort is when black people are scared. That's their comfort, but when they're not scared, they're uncomfortable because at the end of the day, they think black people is gonna attack them for what their ancestors did. First of all, black people are one of the most, if not the most forgiving people ever. Well, I don't. Are they? Yeah, we could say that. Yeah, they wanted Ashley Bell was warned multiple times. Yeah, she went ape shit and broke the fucking window. Yup. What is that? I seen a video. A butt naked white man was chasing five cops around a yard. Yeah, he was probably on PCP or something. Yeah, that PCP will have you naked. I seen a motherfucker get shot on PCP. He got shot like 3 or 4 times, still running at the car, shot him 3 times, pap, pap, pap. Yeah, that motherfucker was still running at him. Then I think they shot him with a shotgun, and the motherfucker fell in. But yeah, that PCP ain't no joke. That shit's stronger than crack, you know. I seen a video, but yeah, that black cop was smoking on that. Yeah, on that Ashley pack, man. Yeah, you can't do that, man. You can't be running out. Yo, this is what people gotta understand. They shoot black people for less. You breaking the fucking window in a Capitol Hill building, a government building. You glad he only just shot her? They let that motherfucker go the next day and say, "Yo, you did your job, player." They had to. This till this day, let me tell y'all something. Till this day, they still protesting Michael Bird. They looking at that motherfucker like he's O.J. Simpson. All jokes aside, they looking at Michael Bird like he's O.J. Simpson right now. Because they think he got away with murder, but at the end of the day, he had to protect the Capitol Hill building. Is that or he would have lost his fucking job? Say, yo, what the fuck we need you for? You let these motherfuckers break windows. I'm just being personally honest. Then you got this Jake Lang guy bitching, talking about, oh, yo, they're attacking us. I did 4 years in jails for being a free. No, you wasn't a freedom fighter. You was a fucking idiot. You are a treasonist. You are an enemy to the state because you did that dumb shit. All of them are enemies to the state. You think she deserves a fucking statue because she got shot? No, she got shot because she was doing some dumb monkey shit. Yeah, I'm gonna call it out. It was some monkey shit. Monkey see, monkey do shit. You deserve to get shot. We don't give a fuck if you was in the military. Which you think, oh, cause you was in the military, you can break windows, you could storm the Capitol Hill building. No, you can't do that shit. Here in California, there was a video of one dude walking up to CHP's car with the air. Backed up and took off white dude. Yeah. Yeah, that shit happens, man. That's what happens. Yo, I live in Boston. Boston is, if not the most systematic racist state in the US. In US. You know, and like when they send you to jail, they send you to jail. Like this shit, that's what's happening with Karen Reed. Oh, she should have been in jail. That bitch ran over a cop. First, the shit got dismissed. Then they reappealed the case again, so she has to retrial. Yeah. She's out here walking like there ain't no tomorrow, not smiling. She looked like a killer. Yeah. Yes. Then, yo, let me tell you, yo. Are y'all even keeping up with that Karen Reed case? This bitch was fucking around with other federal informants. They got a recording of this bitch talk about she was gonna kill him. And this bitch is walking around here like it ain't no tomorrow. Oh my God. That shit is crazy. Let me tell y'all something. For white men, that should be a red flag for you to stop fucking around with white women. This bitch ran over her husband, her boyfriend, and he's a cop. And she's out here walking around. She dyed her hair blonde, walking around like she looked like a killer. She looked like a killer. And she looked like this is not her first kill. Me and my coworker was arguing. I was like, "Yo, she killed him." Yeah, of course. Yeah, they'll pop people and ask questions later. Yeah, why you think? Let me ask you a question. Why you think they've been catching a lot of lawsuits? People are not fucking around with them no more. They're actually getting lawsuits now because of that shit. They're not charging that white woman for shooting her. Nah, I was talking about that this morning. Yeah, they didn't charge her yet. Nah. White women, yo, these white women out here killing people. Yeah. These white women out here really killing people. All jokes aside. Yo, you didn't hear about the OnlyFans who stabbed her African boyfriend in the elevator? Talk about he was beating up on her. Then they didn't lock her up for like a month and a half, 2 months later. Yeah. This is what's going on. You gotta be, yo, yeah, they out here killing these white women out here killing people. Yes, they out here killing. You be thinking it's the men that's doing the killing and stuff and doing the abuse. Nah, these white women are out here, yo. That's why I said this morning, I was like, yo, yeah, that black dude used to say some terrible things about his. Yeah, the was it the cowboy? I think it was the cowboy guy, but that African guy was saying some shit too. They both were saying some shit. Yeah, that's why motherfuckers didn't give a fuck about him when he got stabbed to death. You hear his mom? Oh, we need help. We need to come together as black people. Nah, baby. Go call them motherfuckers from the mud huts to help you. We ain't helping. Oh, remember there was this black girl who used to call black people bullet bags and shit. Her white boyfriend beat the shit out of him beat the shit out of her because she didn't want to have anal sex. He beat the shit out of her. She put that online, talk about, hey, everybody help me. I need help and I'm black and y'all should be coming together with me. After they look back at her history, man, oh, talk about bullet bag. Black Americans is bullet bags. They ain't worth some shit. Yeah. All of them are gang bangers and all this other stuff. This motherfucker beat the shit out of her in front of his mother. Oh yeah, she was in the corner in the bathroom. He said, "Say you did it. Say you did it." Yeah, okay, I did it. Yo, it was crazy. Yeah, that motherfucker talk about. Then after that, he's starting to talk about he was about to kill himself. He's about to pop his own top off. That's what that motherfucker was saying. Yeah. But the thing about it, like I said, with certain people, they don't have that black experience. So they think, oh, yo, white supremacy, I benefit from it. All I can say is like, yo, I'm not a black American. I'm from fucking Uganda. I'm from South Africa. I'm not those people. The white NFL player. Oh yeah, what's my man's name? Chad Wheeler. Yeah, man. He only did like 3 years. I think he's only doing like 3 years, 2-3 years for beating the shit. Yo, that case was crazy too. You didn't hear what happened? This motherfucker beat the shit out of her. And he was with Seattle Seahawks too. Yo, he beat the shit out of her. Then after that, he thought she was he was eating a sandwich and she was walking and he's like, yo, I thought you was dead. He started laughing and said, I thought you was dead. I can't believe you made it. And started eating the sandwich again. Yeah. She was talking about he had CTE and she was making up all the fucking excuses in the world for him. My crazy cousins would have killed you. That's what I'm talking about. It's just like, yo, this is why I always tell people all the time. One thing don't ever do is because black Americans know the blueprint. We know the blueprint. Hold on one second. All right, we good. Yeah, black Americans know the blueprint. You gotta understand, we've been through every war, we've been through every racist system, we've been through every atrocity in America, in North America or United States. We're the blueprint for y'all to make it in this country. Black, white, Asian, Latinos, we're the blueprint. And this is why I said sometimes, yo, y'all gotta have to fight. Some of y'all might have to really fucking fight these people. You know? Cause you don't want to be that type of people. You be sick and tired of being sick and tired, and motherfuckers are saying like, "Yo, you're playing victim." Then once you start defending yourself, oh, yo, that man is fucking aggressive. Him and his people are aggressive. They don't need to be in this country, and all they're gonna try to do is get you out this fucking country. But once you become a citizen, they can't get you out this fucking country. This is why I tell people all the time, yo, if you have to go back and come back in. Or do it easy. Marry an American. Do the 90-day fiance bullshit thing. If you have to do that to stay in this fucking country, do it. Fuck it. Then divorce her. Let me tell y'all what Asian women do. Let me tell you why Asian people don't have problems, and I'm going to be personally honest with you. Because they marry people. They marry people in this country. Then after that, 5 years comes, they divorce them. Why the fuck won't your Dutch do that? Asian, let me tell you something. Hold on one second. I kicked out a lot. Kicked a lot of white people's ass for gay. Yeah, you have to, man. This shit ain't right. Because at the end of the day, it's a bad look on you too. So once they know, like, oh, yo, he defends us because at the end of the day, he didn't have to do what he had to do. Yo, fuck it. That's why I said, yo, there are some people that really fuck with black people. You have to do it sometimes. And sometimes you do it not for you, you do it because it's right. This is what people don't understand. Sometimes you just have to do it because it's right. Like, let me give you an example. Muhammad Ali. Muhammad Ali fucked up his career, then got his career back. The reason why he got his career back because, yeah, he talked a lot of shit, but he had friendships with other people. You got to look at it. If Joe Frazier would have never gave Muhammad Ali another shot, where would Muhammad Ali be? He would be fucking Colin Kaepernick before Colin Kaepernick. Or be what's his name? Sharif, what's his name? The dude who used to play for the Grizzlies, Sharif. They were saying that he was almost better than Michael Jordan. He fucked his career up because at the end of the day, it was for religious reasons. He didn't want to stand for the flag, so he prayed. So just out of the respect. Colin Kaepernick. He was completing 60%, 70% of his throws. And they were saying, oh, well, he wasn't worth it. And they were hiring just anybody. Jay Cutler had a job. And Jay Cutler is probably the worst of fucking quarterbacks. He's allergic to put it this way, Jay Cutler is allergic to the fucking end zone. He's allergic to that bitch. I don't even think Jay Cutler haven't had the Chinese buy homes, bring illegal pregnant women over, have their children here anchored themselves. Yeah, they do. Or like I say, they'll marry somebody who's a citizen. There's enough citizens to be married here, especially black women. I mean, black men. Black men love fucking, foreign women. Oh yeah, be married to that motherfucker for 5 years. You're good. All you gotta do is sign a prenup. I took a knee in semi-pro 2 years ago before calling. Yeah. Oh yeah, there was a lot of people before Colin Kaepernick. It's just Colin Kaepernick did it in this modern era, and that's what people see. But there's different people who did it in certain eras. There was a person that did it in the Chicago Bulls, and Michael Jordan turned on him. His name was Craig Hudgens or something like that, and this is how dope he was. He won the 3-point contest twice before they released him. They blackballed him. He won the 3-point contest. Just because he was like, yo, Mike, we could be making more money. All we have to do is protest. Michael Jordan didn't even want to fucking do that. That's why, let me tell you something. I always tell people all the time, Michael Jordan had a crooked career too. Michael Jordan is probably the Pete Rose of basketball. He was shedding off fucking points. Don't think he wasn't. That's why you think he retired for 2 years. Gambling scandals. Yes, that's why. That's why I always tell people all the time, even though people don't like LeBron didn't do anything to jeopardize the career of the NBA. Cambodians, Philippines are cool, humble Asians. My baby mother's Cambodian. I don't fuck with the rest of it. Yeah, my baby mother's Cambodian. Yeah, they came. I think they came in like the 80s, the late 80s. Because they had a genocide. They had a real genocide because of America. So when they were going against Vietnam, those crazy people came up to Cambodia and started killing everybody, and they had to run to the border, and they had to be in a concentration camp in Thailand. My baby mother was born in Thailand. Yeah. Then after that, they were shipped off different places like Australia, England, Canada, America. That's why in California, I think y'all have the biggest population of Cambodians. Um, Massachusetts, Lowell, Massachusetts is the second biggest. Then I think it's Seattle, Philly. Yeah. So this they got a good population there. It's just they're just black people of Asian people, Cambodians. Yeah. All jokes aside, yeah, they're like the black people of Asians. People don't really fuck with them. People always talk shit about them because they're dark. Some be having the coil hair and yeah, everything. So yeah, I know. Yeah, I know about Cambodians and Philippines. Um, but yeah, there's actually let's watch this video right now. Is it they came to Long Beach too? Huge radical war between the TRGs and Longos and the night. Yeah, yo, there's some TRGs out here because I always tell them too. Because in Boston, there's no Crips and Bloods like that. You might catch a few people that are Crips and Bloods and maybe even a disciple. But it's not big out here because there's too many street gangs. So they'll get laughed off the block and stuff. So they have to do this shit out of Boston. Like there's a big disciples, was it gangster disciples in Taunton. But it can't reach Boston because there's too many street gangs. You go to one, you go to another, you go to a block over from the street, that's another street gang. You can't wear any hats because every hat is a street gang. Like Bobby Brown can't come on my projects because my project has beef with his projects, but I'm cool with Bobby Brown. That's the funny thing. But I'm more close to Michael Bivins. Michael Bivins always been cool. So Michael Bivins was more of the businessman to New Edition. Like Bobby Brown was a project kid. They just gave this motherfucker a whole bunch of money and said like, "Yo, just act right." But when you had Whitney, Whitney was on the booger sugar. She was on the coke, on the candy nose. She got Bobby Brown hooked to that because Bobby Brown was a weed head in the projects. He never really fucked with coke. He just loved Whitney Houston. And when he was fucking with Whitney, he was fucking with the blow. You know? He went hard against the essays in the 90s. Yeah, I heard that, man. Held their own, not gonna lie, they got their own people greenlit. Yeah. You'd be surprised, that shit trickled down. That California stuff that y'all do, that shit trickled down to Massachusetts. That's why I say they got a big population in Lowell. Cause I never heard of TRG and Asian boys. I never heard of that shit until I met my baby mother. And I'm like, what the fuck is that? I'm like, what? Oh yo, they a branch off of like Crips and Bloods. I was like, we don't got Crips and Bloods in Boston like that. We don't do that. Just to be like we don't trip off of colors. Because the thing about it, we trip off of hats. Yo, where you from? You got a C hat, like, oh, yo, I had to tell my boy he's from Vallejo's. He lives in Lynn. And I had to tell him like, yo, you cannot wear that hat in my projects. He wore the Oakland hat. I was like, yo, you can't wear that hat. He's like, why? I was like, yo, they got beef with people who wear those hats. You can't wear that shit. They're gonna trip. Cause like yo, my cousin just got out of jail for shoot. Yo, he got out of jail. He allegedly shot my cousin's baby father. He killed. They say he killed him, but can't prove it. So I didn't see it. Nobody seen it. So he's out. Then I just told you, my other cousin, he just went to jail. This motherfucker shot his wife, cause the bitch said, yo, the baby wasn't yours. He shot her and the baby. Nobody died, but yeah, the motherfuckers they be tripping out. And the thing about it, it's not they're project people, but they're country. My family's very country. They're country project people, you know. We had a small street or in Canton, with the Detroit boys. Is that where Nah, that wasn't where Big Meech. Meech, Meech was in, cause I know Meech was fucking around in Ohio for a little bit too, but I think that was the early 2000s. They were getting busy and stuff, cause yo, they were getting that coke pure in Detroit. They were getting it from I think the Mexicans. We from, you know. Hey, what's going on? Texas Blue Bonnet. Reform the Union Army. I guess so. I don't know. But thank you, man. Okay. Shout out to Texas. Oh shit. But yeah, it's just yo, you be surprised, man. Yo, my family be bugging out half the time and stuff. I remember what is it? There was this dude in my projects I grew up with. He couldn't leave the house. Then once he left the porch, he started bugging out. Yo, he was messing around with my cousin, and he was messing around with this other girl. And my cousin just be fucking with him off and on and stuff like that. I let my cousin do her thing because she older than me. Yo, she was fighting the other girl and stuff, and the other girl pulled out a little tutu on my cousin, and the dude was like, "Yo, chill out with guns. We don't, cause my projects don't play with guns. It's like when you play with guns, you gotta use it because you could kill somebody with it." So this girl's like, "I ain't doing shit." You know how motherfuckers always trying to pump fake somebody. She pump faked the wrong guy. He's like, "Yo, I'm gonna tell you put it away one more time." And she's like, "I ain't putting away shit. Fuck you, you bitch." This motherfucker shot at her, and the girl that he was fucking with, his girlfriend jumped in the way and shot her. It was like on some dramatic shit. One of them Chinese movies, the Chinese drama. Bitch jumped in the fucking way, got shot. She didn't die, and the dude just got out of jail 2 months ago and had to go back for another 7 years. Yeah, man, my projects is nuts, man. And I always tell people all the time, my project is the only project that is related. Everybody is related, from the blacks to the Puerto Ricans to the Dominicans to the Mexicans. Yeah, they all, even white people are related to each other. They just never leave the projects and they just fuck everybody. Yeah, it just be like that. Give me a second, everyone. But yo, we're gonna watch this video of, a guy being sick and tired of being sick and tired, and guy ran up, and this is the guy. I think this is one of the news that we are watching, is when the guy he ran up and ran up into a Mississippi bar yelling at people, calling them niggas and stuff. So we're gonna watch this. It was crazy.
Video surfaces of a man police say might have been a victim of a hate crime. This happened after officers say an intoxicated man walked into a Marshall County club and used the N-word when referring to the patrons.
Investigators say that the bar is also a problem spot. They say that they respond to it several times every weekend.
Fox 13's Daniel Wilkerson is live outside CJ's Lounge on Memphis Street in Holly Springs. So Daniel, how is this man police are calling a victim?
Hold on. They're calling this guy who ran up in the bar and started calling everybody a nigger a victim. Peep game, everybody.
Daryl Darcy, good evening to you. Good evening to you at home. They say he didn't go to the hospital until today. He believes he may have a broken jaw. Meanwhile, CJ's Lounge is now closed. Police say that they were operating without a beer or a business license. Holly Springs police say cell phone footage they provided to Fox 13 News shows a Tippah County man who has been stripped naked. They say the people who attacked him are seen pouring on him what investigators believe to be beer. Officers say seconds before, they hit, kicked, and stumped nearly every part of his body.
The guy walked in and he was very aggressive.
Miles Stone says he was at CJ's Lounge on Memphis Street late Saturday
Shout out to Miles Stone.
night into Sunday morning.
Other guys in the area was listening, trying to remain calm. We asked them, they asked for him to leave quietly.
But police say the man continued to call the patrons the N-word. Holly Springs police provided another video of the man outside the bar, speaking erratically, throwing what investigators believe to be gang signs.
When they was scuffling and stuff outside, he was still trying to fight. He still was saying the N-word. Man, F-U-Ns, F-U-Ns.
Officers say the attackers used poles and sticks to beat him.
So you don't think this is a problem spot?
I do not think. I think it's a positive spot.
But Holly Springs police disagree. The police chief estimates they've been to some 30 calls over the last 3 months CJ's has been open. They say there have been fights, guns found inside, and a man shot in the foot. The chief tells me they're pushing the district attorney to declare it a nuisance.
I'm not standing for anything like that. However, we have to live with our choices, and he made a choice by going into there aggressively, and he has to live with the choice he's made.
Back out live here in Marshall County. Again, you're taking a look at that letter that was placed on the door. We should mention that police tell us right now they have a person of interest who they would like to speak with. Meanwhile, if you were here, you have information, you're asked to call the Holly Springs Police Department. Well, what does the victim remember about what happened? I'm working on that part of the story for Fox 13 News at 6. DG.
This is the bullshit I was telling you. The guy who was the aggressor is now the victim. It's now the victim. Now let's go back. Let's go back in time. Daniel Penny. We have to go back in time. We got to talk about Daniel Penny. Daniel Penny was yelling on the train, talk about he's going to kill an imaginary person. Yeah, he had a death wish. This is the shit that we're talking about. People dumbing out because black people ain't helping nobody. Black people ain't bothering nobody. We just doing our thing. We fighting for our reparations, we doing our one too. Now you got people who are being aggressive. We following American laws. coming up here, you niggas, yeah, talking crazy. Then you got this. Then you got a lot of aggressive people. Like, oh, yo, this man's being aggressive. And don't forget, he could have got shot. This is Mississippi. I think Mississippi is a stand your ground law. This is a stand your ground law. We didn't know what that man had on him. We don't know why he was that drunk and that aggressive. We don't know what he came in there for. He could have been a mass shooter. Now we look at Daniel Penny. He choked out a guy who was less than 160 pounds, who had mental issues. He is looked at as an American hero. Now I'm gonna say this: these guys who stomped the piss out this guy, they're American heroes. Yeah, there you go. What you gonna do when they're tired of that bullshit? What are you gonna do when they're tired of that bullshit? Let me tell you something. Black people try to be cordial with everybody. We serve, hey, yo, come to the cookout. Come here. Yo, come on, man. Yo, we got liquor. Yo, we got the Hennessy going on, everything. Yo, it's privilege and everything. VSOP. Hey, yo, we just grabbed a Napoleon. Yo, come and drink with us. You know, we be on that type of time. Ain't trying to hurt nobody. Ain't just trying to chill, have a good time. This was a place to have a good time. He comes to the worst place and try to aggravate other people. This is where I talk about this vigilante syndrome type of shit. This Batman syndrome. You can't just go around here, wilding out on people, dumbing out on people, and thinking nobody ain't gonna put their hands on you. It's just, I don't know what it is about this era, but this era is crazy. This era is very judgmental. This era is very entitled. And I have to really say, this era is fucking lazy. They think everything is supposed to be given to them. No, everything is worked for. You look at everybody's fathers, their grandfathers, their great-grandmamas, their grandmothers, their mamas. Their mamas and great-grandmamas and grandmamas worked. They worked for this is why they always say, yo, I worked for everything I have. You can't say shit to me. But you get these people, oh yeah, I work for everything. Bitch, you didn't work for shit. The fuck you work for? Or a girl be like, oh yeah, I'm very independent. But you ain't got no fucking job. How you independent? You ain't got no goddamn job. That shit don't make no sense. Yeah, it probably are, man. We don't know what's going on. Oh, I just turned 40. Salute to you, man. Salute to you. Yeah, man. This era's crazy, man. They're teaching them the wrong thing, man. Yeah. They got to cut that shit out, man, because at the end of the day, people are getting hurt for the misinformation. This man did not have to get stripped down, but at the end of the day, he had to. He had to get stripped down. He had to be a lesson. Everybody, this is what people, let me tell you something. If you never want to be taught a lesson, learn from other people's mistakes. When I was selling weed, you know what I did? I looked at everybody who was fucking up and going to jail, and I said, you know what? I'm not gonna do that. I gotta figure out my own plan. This is why I talk about like TV shows like Power and The Wire, and I tell you about the things that I write about and stuff like that. And I even tell people ways they could have done stuff. The ways that people can hide money, and I hope I don't get flagged for this, is being a developer. You develop things. And you can hide your money in certain things. You know? Yeah. You gotta stop that shit. Yeah. Like, I always tell people the person who was closest of ever getting out the drug gang was probably Stinger Bell. If you don't know who Stinger Bell is, he was Idris Elba in The Wire. The reason why he was the closest of ever, like even I think he was even closer than Ghost James St. Patrick. The reason why he was the closest because Ghost was about to be a governor. He was close to being a governor. But Stinger Bell was going to be a developer. A developers, they can hide money anywhere. They can hide money thousands of ways. Do represent the black diasporas, black freemen, aka black loyalists, who were forced to change their name from black Pan Africans, but we still are. So, who represents the chattel slaveries then? Of slavery then? No. Let's ask this question. Who was the one? Neuro the one. Who was the one to represent the descendants of slavery then? If it wasn't Pan Africanists or foundational Black Americans, who was it? This is why I always say I'm so happy when y'all just jump in and just go buck wild and crazy. Shout out to Neuro the one. I'm asking you a question now. What were their names? Black loyalists. I never heard that. Jesus Christ. But yeah, until you explain that, we're gonna go back into what we were talking about. Yeah, that's the situations that we deal with. So now, black freemen put chattel slavery upon the indigenous lineage of America, which this includes the copper color American Negroes lineage. Ain't that the same fucking thing? Neuro the one. What's going on, man? Talk to me, player. I'm gonna talk to Neuro the one before we start this other one. Let me ask you a question. Don't you think black freemen? I'm not even gonna say the copper natives, because who gave them that name? Even freedmen. Who gave them that name? Because I could be considered copper colored, right? I turn burgundy in the summertime. You'll see. Yeah, I turn burgundy in the summertime, but I'm black. You see if I ever show you my great granddaddy was darker than I was. So it's what you're doing kind of is a nothing burger, but I understand what you're coming from. You want to keep everything traditional, but there's no really real name for a traditional black American. It's only nigger. That's the traditional name. But we never really went by that. Or Negro. Because don't forget, we had census. It's just, that's what it would say. Like my great granddaddy's birth certificate would say nigger on it. Maybe my grandmother, because my grandmother was born in 1933. 3. My great granddaddy was born in 1892. My great Grammy was born in 1899. My great Grammy died when I was 12. She was 101, I think. I think she died when I was 101, I think. 2001, I think she died. Yeah. I wonder. Yeah, Kwame ain't on here right now. He'll jump on here sooner or later. Told you that man's about to become a legend. That's a real Pan Africanist right there. You know, but yeah, man, I didn't tell you I went to New York. Was it 2 days ago? Yo, New York is dirty now, man. I never seen it. Yo, like when you go on the highway, man, it's all dirt and like trash on the floor. Then you got I think the migrants selling fruit and stuff, and with a baby, it's crazy. Newborn baby at it, you know. Then you don't forget, they're really aggressive drivers in New York too. So, yeah, Kwame's from New York, man. He be lit out there, man, because he's in that Pan African community. I never knew I never knew Queens had a Pan African community though, but he said there is. But yeah, it just like you were saying, Rando. People gotta be careful what they say, man, because yeah, this shit should have never happened. This man got stripped butt naked. People recording. Give me a second. I'm gonna see if I can find that video. Give me a second, everyone. Let me see if I can find that video. Vegas got aggressive drivers also. Oh shit, they do? Oh man. Oh shit, I think I found that video like legit. Oh shit.
He called him a nigga a million times. He never touched him. That's my manager and my security guard. Never touched him. Never touched him for you. As y'all can see my.
Alright, I'm about to show y'all some shit, alright? It's a 2-minute video. Actually, let me watch it first.
As y'all can see my security guard is not. He called him a nigga a million times.
We're hearing that it was racial.
He's out the door. Immediately come back in and check out the footage.
Oh, okay, I'm about to show y'all. All right, I'm about to show y'all.
He called him a nigga a million times. He never touched him. That's my manager and my security guard. Never touched him. Never touched him for using the N-word. I'm gonna show y'all when he got touched.
This is right here. Y'all gotta watch it.
My dope man trying to keep him calm.
Trying to keep the man
He's
calm.
upset because it's time to go. Leaves out the door, immediately come back in and check out the footage.
Oh, chill out. Oh, that's what, that's why he got beat. He got the brakes beat out of him.
Slurs inside CJ's lounge, a popular African-American gathering spot off the square.
We're at this point now to see just how bad the assault was. We're hearing that it
man
was
put his hands on him.
There was some violent stuff that happened, and also there could be some sexual stuff that happened during the assault.
I was hearing him blare out and yell out the N-word repeatedly.
Miles Stone is part-time DJ and security at CJ's and says he heard the victim's derogatory remarks.
Everybody on planet Earth has to live with their choices, and he walked in there with a choice to be very hateful, very negative.
This is where investigators say the victim was beaten. He was robbed, stripped of his clothing, while onlookers took video and laughed.
But police say the man continued to call the patrons the N-word. Holly Springs police provided another video of the man outside the bar.
speaking erratically, throwing what investigators believe to be gang signs.
When they was scuffling and stuff outside, he was still trying to fight. He still was saying the N-word, N-word. Man, F-U-Ns, F-U-Ns.
Officers say the attackers used
breaks off
poles
of
and
him.
sticks to beat him.
So you don't think this
Yo,
is a
this
problem
man caught
spot?
the
I
ass
do not
whooping
think-
of
I
the
think it's a
century,
positive
man.
spot.
I'm not going to
Jesus
go back and
Christ.
forth about black and white. I'm just saying he was belligerent and aggressive and an agitator and got handled by my security. To be honest with you, I have to be totally honest. I'm not here to clear up his name. I'm here to clear up mine and my business.
Yo, he got the brakes beat out of him. Yo. I think y'all seen it first, man. Think y'all seen it first. Yo. Yeah, he got the brakes beat out of him, man. Oh, shit. Give me a second, everyone. I forgot to send Wiz Mason this, man. Oh, shit. He's going to be pissed. Like, yo, you started this shit. Yeah, man. That man got the brakes beat out of him, man. Let me see. Give me 1 second. Yeah, man, it was a bad one, man. It was a bad one. Yeah, man, you can't be doing that, man. Yo, you can't be coming. That's like, yo, going into somebody's house and not taking off your shoes, man. Some people might allow it, others won't. You know, so yeah, he caught a bad one, man. That was an ugly whooping too, man. You know, it was bad, man. Jesus Christ. Yeah, man. Like, yo, and the thing about it, we always talk about, oh, these gang wars, this war, the civil war and stuff like that. I tell people all the time, they'll call the military before that bullshit happens because you're fucking up their money. You're fucking up the government's money. They're not going to have you have a civil war up in this bitch. We have, if not the best military ever. Why the fuck you think America is going to let you do some dumb shit? You know what? Hey, like I said, if Antifa want to attack people and do all that dumb shit, let them do it. You know? I don't know how they're fucking oppressed. You know? So, like I said, if they want to do that dumb shit, yeah. Shit got ugly, man. I tell people that shit all the time. Hold on a second. America's richest and poorest things. Yeah. Nah, that's impossible. Yeah, man. You can't go on, you can't do that, man. It just, yeah, man. He got what he asked for, man. This ain't what he really wanted, man. He talked about he wanted that. Yeah, man, got knocked out, stripped naked. And yo, real talk. What's my man's name? Hey, Soy too, Padre. Yo, they do that shit in California, right? They be stripping niggas naked after they knock them out, right? I think that's a California thing. Or they take your shoes or something like, yeah. Yeah, they get busy in California. They do that same shit. They knock you out and strip you. Cause it's like the dude was violating, so he got violated himself. They had to do that shit to him, man. They had to violate him. You know, trying to make him the fucking victim. Nah, he was supposed to get violated. He should have never did that bullshit to those folks. You know, so he got what he wanted. He wanted that ass whooping. He got that ass whooping. You know, so give me a second, everyone. Give me 2 seconds. I'm almost done. Yeah, man. It's just that's that. Like I said, that's that vigilante shit, man. You know, people who think What the hell? One more time. I'm just trying to type in some shit real fast. Did it work? Okay, do it later. Yeah, man, it's just, yeah, dude had a cook. You know, like we can't get mad. All I gotta say, hold on. Yeah, we can't get mad of what happened. He had to go. It came with the territory. He knew what he was signing up for. Fuck it. You know, he got what he wanted. It is what it is. Now we're gonna watch this other video. We're gonna watch this protest from 3 months ago, actually in Ohio. This is for you, Randall. The whole Ohio situation. You know what I'm talking about, Randall, right?
Kyle Linsky.
And I'm Paula Todi. We are following breaking news. Neo-Nazis bring their message to a busy spot along I-75.
Yeah, demonstrators and a banner were both spotted on an overpass between Evendale and the historically black village of Lincoln Heights. There was a swift response there. Local 12's Paige Barn has been in that area this afternoon and joins us now live with the latest. Paige.
Yeah, hey guys, the protesters have since cleared out, as well as the counter protests. Just before 3, right behind me on this overpass, as you mentioned, there were about 13 people who were dressed in black, waving a white supremacist flag, and some of them had swastikas as well as carrying rifles on them. Now, shortly after, a counter protest of Lincoln Heights residents say they chased the protesters away, took the flag from the bridge, and burned it. Hamilton County Sheriff's deputies tried to disperse the residents, but they made their way to a Jeep they believed belonged to one of the white supremacists. They slashed the tires and the windows were punched out. Now, as a historically black neighborhood, residents add they will not allow hate to come in.
That's what Lincoln Heights is about. You know, you hear a lot of things, but we're a community at heart, and a proud historical African American community. So things of that nature, symbols of that nature, don't stand here. You know, it said, you know, that's a.
They get busy over there, huh? Jesus Christ. Yeah, that one we be careful, man. You can't be.
Symbol of hate. We're a community of pride and love.
We're working to find out if anyone was arrested. Hamilton County Sheriff's deputies were here, Evendale, Woodlawn, Reading, as well as Cincinnati Police Departments were here as well. Live in Lincoln Heights, Paige Barnes, Local 12 News.
All right, Paige, thank you for that update there. And new tonight, the Cincinnati NAACP is responding to this display. The group says, quote, "We will hold strong in our commitment to the unity and respect for all people of all ethnicities, religions, gender, age, and sexual orientation. It is well known that people receive messages and actions in different manners. The current executive orders and actions have angered many and emboldened others. This is not normal and should not be accepted as such."
See, the thing about
Tonight at 6, News Channel 5 investigates the neo-Nazis' next.
So I'm gonna say this about it's weird, man. Oh man. So this is what I'm gonna say. I'm gonna answer your question first. I'm gonna answer what you wrote first, Rando. That shit's crazy. You gotta be careful, man. You can't be putting your hands on people's kids. People dumb out or they got crazy cousins. People don't understand that. Like, yo, people got crazy cousins and they'll shoot you. Like, I always tell people, you might think you're the craziest person ever. No, there's gonna be another motherfucker who go even further with shit. We just seen this guy get fucking stripped. Like, yeah, I don't think people are understanding. Black Americans are fighting back. All this shit that y'all was calling us, oh yeah, we got this victimizing mindset and all this other crazy shit. And the thing about it, we always have done this shit. We always fought back. It's just now people are seeing it, but they're seeing it at the wrong time, you know? Hold on a second. I don't like that color. I like that color. Yeah, they're seeing it at the wrong time where, you know, when tensions is high, because people are not getting the same response. Okay, let me explain it. People are not getting what they usually get, where they think, oh, black people are scared. Like we never been scared, you know. Like even let me tell y'all. Let me give y'all an example. People were worried about when Donald Trump became president the first term. People, and the thing about it was the Democrats that got people all, oh, he's gonna put us all back in chains and all this other crazy shit. And most of us didn't think like, yo, he can't put us back in fucking chains. They can't have slaves in America. That will start a war. You can't have slaves nowhere. Dubai has slaves low key. But if they ever find out, that's going to be a United Nations situation. When the United Nations get involved, all of these fucking countries will attack you. All these countries will go to war with you. And yes, America is a gun-toting country. But you're going to be fighting other countries. You're not going to have no allies. That's why when motherfuckers, oh yeah, you're going to go back and picking cotton. No, you're not going to go back and picking cotton. We're not going to do that. They might try to change the laws on us. They might try to put more policies in it, but it's going to be hard because at the end of the day, Donald Trump can't just going to be like, yo, I'm going to change this law. There's going to have to be, people have to vote for that law. And the thing about it, the Democrats got the chairs. They got the high value, not high value. They got more people that are Democrats in the what is it, Capitol Hill building, I think it is, or he got it in the I forgot what building that is. That's why if you ever watch that shit back in the day, I am just a bill, I'm only a bill. That shit back in the day, yeah, that tells you how the government works. Like, motherfuckers been schooled on the government. We already knew. And the thing about it is just this younger generations don't know that shit. They don't know how bills are worked. Like, my uncle was let me tell you something. My uncle was so high off of heroin all through the 90s, he forgot how bills would work. And I had to tell him, like, yo, this motherfucker can't put you back in slavery. First of all, you never even been to slavery. First of all, you never fucking worked a day in your life, nigga. Like, how the fuck are you gonna, the House of Representatives, thank you. I was like, yo, how the fuck you gonna go, you're on SSI. First of all, you can't do anything. The fuck? You think they're gonna have you do some slave work? Get the fuck out of here, you're lazy as fuck. Yo, the drugs ate away your fucking body, man. You know, so it's just, people get scared of, oh, you don't put us in chains. No, it's just, the thing, it's impossible. This is why we've been having problems for the last, 8 years? Was it 12 years? Because these bills hasn't been going in. Why you think he keeps on threatening, like, yo, I'm gonna shut down the government buildings if we can't get shit popping? Yeah. We got to figure this shit out. That's what he's trying to say. You know? Like, it's weird. Don't get me wrong. It is weird. You know, and it comes with the territory. I always tell people all the time, that shit comes with the territory. Meth and heroin is white. Yeah, that meth man makes you look old as fuck, man. You be like 30, you look like you like 50. You know? My uncle used to do heroin, so yeah. Heroin fucks your teeth up. Oh, man. Yeah, heroin fucks your teeth up. Yeah. You know, you look like your teeth got a fucking divorce or something, you know? So it's a weird situation. Hold on one second. Yeah, it's just heroin's. Yeah, man. But yeah, I always tell people, man, don't let the motherfuckers scare you, man. They can't put you back into slavery. Like this is how crazy it is. These trailer park like old racist people. They thought, yeah, we're gonna put these black people back into fucking slavery. We're gonna put them back to work. Nah, that America is not like that. You can't like come on, yo. You say your ancestors built this country. Like how you don't know how the shit is not work? How you don't know the shit has worked? Like, come on, man. You know that's impossible. Even I had to tell my uncle. I was like, yo, what the fucking heroin ate up your brain? I was like, America don't work like that. Oh, he talked about going to war and all this stuff. Yo, you gotta understand, like, America doesn't work like that. You know, so that's that's how people have to understand. Like, look at how like all that money was given to Ukraine. How that shit just automatically stopped. It's like, yo, people been wanting to stop that fucking war. It was just the Democrats. This is how crazy it was. Last term, there were the liberals, just regular liberal people fighting to stop the war in Gaza. But the Democrats was giving them money, giving Israel money to attack them, giving money to Israel to attack them. And we like, yo, what the fuck? And I'm on like, yo, what the fuck is going on? Y'all want this war to stop, but y'all supporting Democrats of giving these motherfuckers money. I was like, that shit don't make no fucking sense. Then you giving Ukraine money. You know? It's just the whole situation was stupid, man. You know? And like I always tell people all the time, Ukraine, technically that is Russia's country. It was USSR. A few of those motherfucking countries is Russia. It's just motherfuckers got in their business and they lost them countries. But Putin want them shits back. You know? Putin want the motherfuckers back. Putin not playing. You know, and you got to look at it like this. If Putin dies, those people who's in office with him, they're worse than him. They'll bomb them motherfuckers every day. Putin is reasonable. He was in the KGB, but he's a reasonable person compared to those other motherfuckers who's behind him. You know? It's just, why you think Putin is doing what he's doing? And once people started talking about Ukraine, you didn't see what them Ukrainians try to do to them Africans? They try to make those Africans go to war for Ukraine. That's why they wasn't letting them leave the country. They wanted them to fight for Ukraine. Yeah, that's how that shit was popping off. Ukraine's is ill, man. I'm personally just telling the truth about them. I have no dog in the fight. It's just Ukraine was being kind of like shady. You know, and they were getting money from America. They got over what? They got over 100 billion plus easily. You know, over what 4 years or some shit. Yeah, they got way more. Easily over 100 billion easily. I do want to say this, and actually I'm gonna land. I'm going to say this. I think we're going to start seeing a revolution. And the reason why I'm going to say I think we're going to start seeing a revolution is y'all don't have to say, oh, yeah, you know, black people are against us. Black people is going to show you who we are against. We are against white supremacy. We are against people who are against our reparation and trying to take our debt from us. We have a debt that is owed to us. That debt is reparations and to reconstruct our communities and our development into America. We have never got that. We were just thrown out here after they took everything from us. Our ancestors didn't okay from that. They stole 90% of what our ancestors did work for. We didn't get paid for none of that shit. You're going to say our reparation is, oh, yeah, we get food stamps. No, everybody gets food stamps. Well, we technically don't really get it. We actually have to work. You know? My grandmother don't even get food stamps, and my grandmother's retired. You know? So, I always like talking about my grandma. My grandmother was super ill. I was so close to my grandmother. Yeah. She's super dope. But yeah, it's just this is what people don't understand. It's like, yo, you're gonna see a revolution. And when I say a revolution, it's like we're gonna get reparations. But this is gonna trickle down to y'all. This is what y'all gonna be doing in y'all country in the next 10 to 15 years. Less than that. Y'all gonna see like, yo, if black Americans could get it, I'm gonna go back to my country and fight for my reparations from these motherfuckers who stole generational wealth from my country. Stole resources from my country. So only thing I'm gonna tell y'all to do personally is prepare. Prepare for that long fight, because at the end of the day, this shit is not gonna be easy. But at the end of the day, it will be worth fighting. But y'all can't y'all can't give up fighting. That's one thing we have done like a few years ago was 20 years ago, we almost forgot. We almost didn't fight. But there has been people fighting for like 40 years, 50 years. And they never forgot. They did everything. But right now, we know that we have power. And our power is voting. Shit can't happen without us voting. So we tell them, we're not helping y'all motherfuckers out. We're not helping the Democrats. We're not helping the Republicans. When shit is happening, the only thing we're going to vote for is policies. We have been through the worst of the worst. You can't do anything to scare us or bring fear to our heart, because we already dealt with this shit. We all dealt through this shit. This shit's in our genetics. We inherited not being scared of these motherfuckers. It's just now people are remembering that, like, yo, we're not scared of these motherfuckers. We are not scared of them. People are remembering what their ancestors have done. We wasn't holding hands, walking over that fucking racist ass bridge in fucking Alabama. That bridge is a fucking racist, man. That name is, what's that man's name? It was a racist man. My grandmother's from that town in Selma. She is from that town. That is a racist man that they named that bridge after. So at the end of the day, I'm not gonna sugarcoat it. It's not gonna be a easy fight. But at the end of the day, y'all know what to do. Y'all gonna know what to do. Because you know what? Y'all got to understand, in your country, they're going to need everything from y'all. This country can't be run without y'all. And y'all going to have to kick these people out your countries, too. I'm talking to the black. I'm not, because I was talking, when I was saying that shit, I was talking to the Latino community. Now I'm talking to the black diaspora now. This black diaspora, you're going to have to kick those people out your country. Because the Latinos, that's their country. There's no Spaniards coming over there, you know, no conquistadors telling them what to do. But in like these other countries in the Caribbean islands, you have people pulling strings. You got to cut those strings and tell them motherfuckers to get out your country. You're going to have to ally yourself with other countries. Because they want your resources. Even in Africa, they're going to want your resources. Let me tell you something. What Abraham's doing is revolutionary right now, but this happened before. It's just everybody forgot. You can't forget. This is one thing, and I'm going to say this. This is one thing that a lot of people do in other countries is they forget their icons. They have icons. This is a time where you need to fight for your icons. Remember what your icons told you. Gaddafi. Gaddafi's people turned on him. Marcus Garvey's people turned on him. He died in Europe. He died in UK. Like, come on. We can't keep on doing this. We can't keep on acting like, yo, this shit never happened. We have to bring truth. We have to bring light to, we have to bring truth to light. Now all I gotta say is like, yo, it's y'all generation's turn now. My generation's already doing something. Now what y'all young generation's gonna do? Cause the world's y'all oyster. It's just now it's just what you gonna do with the world. You know, but I want to thank everybody who said and did everything on this show. I'm gonna start from the top. Shout out to Rando. Shout out to Brett Love. Shout out to Soy to Padre 909. Who else? Texas Blue Bonnet. Shout out to him. And what's my man's name? Give me a second. I forgot the other dude, Depth to Death or something like that. Shout out to him. Like I said, thank y'all for everything. Thank y'all for participating in this show. And like y'all have a great day. I will do a reaction video today. Hey, yo, peace too, man. I gotta get ready to do something. I'm gonna do something a little bit later on too before I go to work tonight. So definitely stay tuned. If not, I'll do something tomorrow twice.